Many times I would get satisfaction from others being unhappy. Peace, family, peace, peace, peace. Okay, so this is one of the things, or a few things that I noticed about happiness. Okay, one of the things that I do understand, and sometimes I tend to forget, is happiness comes from within. Okay, happiness is a choice. You simply decide if you want to be happy or if you want to be sad. Okay, and now I know the thumbnail what it states, right, that all I wanted was happiness, and they made me sad. The reason why people or my perception was they made me sad because no one could actually do anything without your permission. But the reason why I felt sad was because people wasn't doing what I wanted them to do. Okay, we have been so programmed to believe that happiness it comes from outside of us, and in all actuality happiness is an inside job. Okay, whether it was relationships that I was in, or even when it came to parenting my children, right, what I seen was no matter how unhappy they were, right, as long as I was happy, that's what mattered, right? And I could give a few examples. When I would ask my children to do certain things, right, or I expect them to do certain things, like follow my rules, listen to what I say, just pretty much do everything I say, and not really have a mind of their own, right? At times, because sometimes as being a parent, we like, well, you do everything I say, and you don't try anything out for your own, and that's really how children learn, by doing things on their own and by getting the lessons from life that they ought to get. So with my children, it would be times that I say, listen to the rules, and when they don't listen to the rules, I would get upset, right? And almost as if to feel like by them not listening to the rules. Now, as I say this sounds like kind of crazy. So as I would tell them to do certain things and they wouldn't do it, I would get like upset, right? And as I'm saying this and thinking about it, it sounds so crazy because my whole concept was like, I'm in control. I am the head honcho. I am the whole entire universe, right? That's what my whole concept was. Be my whole concept, right? And what I had started to understand was to let go of control. Okay, so happiness to me is also freedom, right? And I had to also freedom, okay? And what I realized was I do not have any control over anyone else, okay? And it's not my responsibility to make sure somebody is following the rules or following the T, because what we tend to tell our children or the person that we may be in a relationship with, they have a choice as well, right? They choose if they want to listen to us, if they choose if they want to do the thing that we ask of them, they have a choice. And so what I didn't understand was people choose if they want to do that or not. Okay. And I had to come to grips and terms with that I am in control of my own happiness. It is no one else's responsibility, no one else's job to make me happy. Okay. If you are at a relationship, if you're currently single and you feel like, well, once I get into that relationship, I am going to be happy. Honey, that is an illusion, okay? Because the moment you get into that relationship and the honeymoon stage is over, okay, because you take your energy with you, The honeymoon stage is over. You are going to feel the way you previously felt before you got into that relationship. And then on top of that, it is a lot of work. Imagine this, right? Say for instance, you bored, your life is going a certain type of way, right? And you happen to get into this relationship with this person. And this person is amazing, honey. I mean, absolutely amazing. But you're amazing too. But you are putting your power on a back burner. And so you get into this relationship, honey. It's almost like you got the wool over your eyes that you need to pull, the veil. You need to pull the veil from over your eyes, okay? But you falling for the illusions, thinking that this person could do all these different things for you, make you happy. I have a good friend, right? And this is what I noticed from my good girlfriend, okay? She would call me and let me know, like for instance, she in a relationship and she feels like, I guess her significant other, he don't do certain things for her, right? Whether that's taking her out or whatever. She feel like he don't do those things. So one of the things that I told her, I said, why don't you do the things that you want him to do, right? Instead of always wanting him to take you out, always wanting him to do those things for you, why don't you do those things for yourself? And the reason I said that was because once upon a time I used to want the guy who I was in a relationship with to buy me roses, buy me flowers. And you know what I started doing? I started doing those things for myself. I even remember when it would be times I would be, when you first get in a relationship, girl, and probably your life was boring before you got into that relationship or whatever, or maybe you had friends, right? And soon as you get in that relationship, you drop everything, right? Because you like, oh, this is, I'm in this relationship, and I believe like we just believe that this person is just going to change our lives drastically when the power, in fact, it always was within. Like you had the ability to change your own life. You did not have to wait until somebody else came along, right? And people fluctuate. And if they decide to leave, then what you gonna do? The happiness is going to go too, okay? So understand is a choice. Understand, honey, you do not have control over no one. Understand the moment you stop expecting so much, that's when you will receive everything. Oh, the moment you stop expecting so much, honey, that's when you're going to receive everything. Okay. Stop having high expectations when it comes to people, okay? Because one minute people is up, next minute the person is down. And you have the ability to create the life that you really truly desire. Okay. And a few things that I started doing to understand happiness and what happiness means to me. So one of the things, I stopped jumping into relationships. That was that was like it, right? Stop jumping into relationships. I had to pause. I had to understand that I am creating all it is. Okay. Another thing is awareness. Okay. Awareness is definitely key. If you're not aware of the things or how you showing up, honey, you cannot change it. You cannot fix it because it's just the programming that goes into the subconscious mind, the habits that you tend to be doing on a daily basis. Okay. Number 3, what I had to understand is people are going to be people. Okay. We are not in control of anyone. And number 4, I had to get to know thyself. And so when I say get to know thyself, I had to spend time alone with myself. Understand what it is that Dina enjoys doing, right? What is that I truly have fun doing, right? That's what you have to get to know yourself, because when you know yourself and when you get in that relationship, is no more of I'm looking for happiness or I'm looking for love, right? Is I have the love. I give myself the love. I'm not operating from a self-love deficit. I know how to make myself happy. And only thing I could give to you, okay, or not even give, I could add on to you is more happiness, but I cannot make you happy. Okay. And that's some of the things that we have to come to grips and understanding with. So with that being said, I love you guys, love you, love you. Make sure you're rocking out, believing in yourself. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.